Today I'm going to be talking about calculus and why it's useless. I'm forced to take calculus along with my degree courses, and I have been since the first semester of school. Although I have always enjoyed math as a kid, higher level math has never really been my favorite thing. So none of the classes that I've taken so far have been enjoyable and or like useful or applicable to me. I mean, I show up to the class and I do try to follow along in class, but half the time it feels like these courses are really just aimed for you to have to self-study at home, which never really appealed to me. But yeah, I've always questioned like the reason that math is like so important past a certain level. I mean, I get it. There's applications to it, but some things I'll never get. Like, I'll never really get how a teacher can expect you to perfectly know how to calculate the derivative of something, where in any real situation, it's way more efficient to just use an online calculator. If I was ever given a problem like this, why would it ever be better to actually put in effort and write down all my steps and everything just to get a simple answer that could be calculated in 5 seconds using an online tool? I mean, I get the point. The point is conceptual. Like they want you to understand it conceptually. But I think the way technology is moving, that in reality, conceptuality isn't as important. The most important thing is just being as efficient as you can with the tools that are available to you. In general, I think I've had a decent time with the class. I'm not complaining as if I'm a failing student. I did pass last semester with an A. Having to put that much extra effort into something that I don't value at all and I don't see myself ever needing is definitely not motivational. I am a computer science major, so this isn't even a main elective that I have to take. It's just a required math class. But the amount of work that I do have to put into the class to even pass with an A makes it feel like it's a main elective. It makes me feel like I'm a math major. Maybe my unenjoyment for things like this is really just stemmed from my lack of like real world. I'm not really looking forward to ever working a real world situation. Although I'm happy to do it. I've never been the type to say that an actual job is favorable over something that can be enjoyable. And of course, people can find enjoyment from their jobs that are built off their degree, but if you like what you're doing, then stick to that. And if you're good at it, then especially stick to it, because there's always need for people that are actually good at what they're doing. And I'm not saying that I'm bad or good at anything. I think I just have a good amount of understanding of like what work needs to be put in. So if I don't understand a concept and I want to pass a class with a good grade, then I will spend the 10 hours that it takes for me to actually learn it. Although in the end of the day, I'll forget it, and then it'll just become wasted knowledge at that point, as well as just wasted time and effort. But on another note, a traditionally like misunderstood language is Japanese, I think. I think people get a huge bias against it, thinking that it's a very hard language to learn, when of course it is potentially one of the hardest languages to learn, but the level of dedication that it takes isn't as much as you think, especially if you just follow coursework. Unlike math, I am actually passionate about learning Japanese, so I do put a lot of effort in outside of class, and I have been for almost like a year now. Even before classes started, in fact, I wasn't even sure I was gonna take any Japanese in college. I was just interested in learning it for myself. So I was at my highest level of like passion at that point, so I just put in a lot of time and effort into learning it. It definitely came easier than other subjects just because of how much preparation I put into it. But yeah, I think it really just matters what you're into. I do see myself wanting a job in the future that utilizes Japanese. I think that'd be very, very fun for me personally. But if you're not very passionate about what you're doing, just consider like what your actual goals are with a degree, because I mean, in the end of the day, you're paying $1,000, even if it is for you're putting in years of your life and a lot of time into just getting by with a degree, where if you don't think it's actually a useful thing to you, then I don't recommend that you just stick to it, because I would reevaluate what your goals are, because that'll really change how your life plays out and if you actually end up enjoying anything you're doing. So for me, I've always liked computers, so I picked computer science. That was an easy pick, and I've definitely enjoyed it. I think I think the curriculum is great, but I do think that the classes are a little bit too easy. Not that I knew about any computer science before. I think it's a little simple for what it should be. I think it should go into more depth. Of course, that's not how every program is going to be structured, but I think that'd be a better situation for me. And then I took my first semester of Japanese without any plans, just for fun as one of my electives. After the first semester, I was like, okay, this is better than I thought. I didn't think I'd enjoy the classroom environment, but in reality I did, because I had up to that point been studying for like 6 months without any speaking practice, so all like reading and writing practice, but the speaking is really what I was like lacking on. So having that speaking practice that the class gave me really helped me to enjoy the language more and find more value from it. Yeah, I decided to take another class. I'm in that class currently, and it only took, like 2 weeks into the semester for me to decide that I was like actually enjoying what I was doing. So at that point, I signed up to be an IGP student, which is, for my school at least, it's an interdisciplinary global program, I believe. Its main idea is just getting 2 undergraduate degrees, one in your main field. I think it's STEM focused. So for me, it'd be like just computer science, and then the second degree would be in a language. And to do that, you would have to stay an extra year to do additional classes to fit those requirements. And then the 4th year, actually, you would go abroad. So I'll do like an internship. Yo, chill. I'll do an internship as well as a bunch of training in Japanese. Ideally, this will get me to a semi-passable language state. I don't really know what the idea is with their curriculum, but potentially semi-fluent as well, which I think it'll be really useful in my long term. And since I am enjoying it, I think it's definitely something that I'll be more passionate about other than something like math. But yeah, enough said about classes. Basically, what I was trying to get across today was that today's video is mainly about just my current state, my mental state, my opinions on my classes, what I think is good, what I think is bad. Other than that, I don't know. Just do what you love. I think passion's really important. I think trying to fit yourself into a pretty little box of ideology that you don't agree with is just never gonna lead to a happy ending. But yeah, that's about it. Next video, I'll continue from this point. I'll mine this thing with my stone pickaxe. See ya.